So right away, T. Sharton has made me very uncomfortable and squirming in my chair like my rectum's been tickled by a fucking porcupine because it's the most cringeworthy attempt at using one of the most popular techniques for public service announcements and emotional campaigns, where you get a cute animal there to get the viewer's guard down, make them feel like you're being real with them, make them feel like they're being genuine, and just kind of elicit sympathy from the viewer. And T. Martin's trying to utilize this technique, but he does it atrociously. It's just an absolutely abysmal attempt, and it comes across as so fake and so forced and just sets a horrible tone for the rest of the apology video. Now, I'm not going to play too much of the video because there's nothing to really be gained by listening to this human Ken doll repeat himself. The gist of the apology is, he is sorry that you were too fucking stupid to understand that he was the owner of CSGO Lotto, and he is sorry for not spelling it out for your dumb ass every single day in every single video, reminding you that he owned it. It's your fault. This controversy is nothing that he's done wrong. It is just your fault as a viewer for not knowing that he owns CSGO Lotto, and he makes it very clear that he has done nothing illegal whatsoever. That's basically all this apology video is shifting the blame for this whole controversy on his audience. It's the audience's fault for not understanding or knowing that he was the owner of the website. That's basically this whole thing. So this no-nippled Neanderthal doesn't address any of the actual complaints or issues people had about this situation. He doesn't talk about why he blatantly lied about owning CSGO Lotto. He doesn't talk about why he changed the descriptions of all of his videos to add a disclaimer in the description, and he also doesn't talk about why he pretended to find CSGO Lotto instead of saying he made it or owned it. I'm not going to get too deep into talking about the actual drama because there's nothing I can offer that hasn't already been talked about or discussed, but basically he just pretended like he found CSGO Lotto when he brought it up as if it was some type of random chance. Oh, you know, I was on Google looking for new $2 million villas to buy that I could use as public shitting arenas where I can invite homeless people in to just shit in all the rooms in the house if they'd like, you know, because I'm a good guy, you know. But while I was looking for this, I happened to come across a diamond in the rough. It's called CSGO Lotto. I'll put the link in the description in case you guys want to check it out. It's kind of cool. It's really nice. I hear the owner has a massive stick. It's a cool site, you know. I think it's good. I'm not associated in any way. And he doesn't talk about these issues in his apology video. This man doesn't take responsibility for shit. What he needed to do was grit his tiny tic-tac ass teeth and just say, look, I fucked up, I did this, I did that, I shouldn't have done any of those things, and he would have got a lot more respect. And they wouldn't have seen him as this fucking asshole that I think the majority of people see him as now, after this apology video, because all of this comes across as so fake, and just reading the comments and just looking at how people are reacting, they all see right through it. He is just sorry he got caught, that is all. He doesn't give a fuck about the situation or his audience in general. He just wants people to keep watching him no matter what, so he can continue to live in his expensive two-story mansion with his nice truck in the background and that peculiar modern painting in the background that looks like Solid Snake inside of a Mr. Meeseeks playlist. I'm not quite sure what the fuck's going on with that. I'm sure it's about $50,000. Using thermal imaging! This situation. Any way he wanted. He could have shown his asshole on his his lifestyle wouldn't be affected, his profession, none of that would be affected. He knows that. Another thing I really like about this video is the way he ended it. He was about to do a Ghost Rider penance there. You gotta do better than that. Edit that shit out. Have you never edited your own videos? You just slap the edit your shit? It's better than that. Now I know everyone about, oh, how do you feel a YouTube channel? There's just no way, it's too big to fall. That's bullshit. A YouTube channel can die just like any other website or any other anything like that. All it takes is for people to stop watching it. If you really feel passionately enough that you really don't want this guy to be able to continue to manipulate people and do all types of shady shit, stop watching him. It's that easy. Don't go on his channel to dislike and insult the guy. It doesn't fucking matter. It just really makes no difference. If you want a YouTube channel to disappear, you stop watching it. That's how it works. That's how it works. There's no such thing as bad publicity. That's a saying for a reason. The only way things really do fade into obscurity is if you stop or even just acknowledging that that's better. So yeah, I'm sorry talking about the situation because this is one of the worst apology videos I've seen out of a YouTube drama situation, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about. So yeah, that's it. And if you read a lot of your comments, in fact, one of my favorite comments I've ever read is someone said, "My voice sounds like the world's most unenthusiastic job," and that one gave me a real boost. But the reason I'm saying this is I read your comments and I know a lot of you don't want to talk about drama or get involved in YouTube drama in any capacity, and I know, I understand, and I don't do it often, but sometimes certain situations affect me and make me want to talk about it or point out how horribly the situation was handled, but that's it. It's not like something I do all of the time or anything like that, so don't worry. That's it. So yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm making this to say that I'm sorry. I was wrong. I fucked up. Last year, T. Martin made an apology video where he almost kind of apologized for scamming 8-year-olds into wasting money on his shit-ass CSGO website, and I called it the worst apology video that could have ever been made. And I was wrong, because social repost has blown that shit out of the water with this new humdinger here. So this man right here who looks like Marilyn Manson's asshole is a YouTuber by the name of Social Repos, and he was dating another YouTuber named Jacqueline Glynn, and he cheated on her, and obviously she's very upset, so she made a video about the whole situation, update people, and that prompted him to make his own response to it, and it's fucking abysmal. I'm not gonna make the bold claim I did last year and say it's the worst that could be ever given on this bench, but damn, you're gonna have a hard time topping this one. You got your work cut out for you if you're trying to make a bad apology this year.
Yeah, I fucked up. I'm definitely going to lose some fans. I'm going to lose some friends. You know, but there's two sides to every story. I wouldn't really call this a defense.
Yeah, you're right. This can't be a defense because there's no way you could defend yourself here. But that doesn't stop him from trying. He's out here looking like the Joker about to deliver a monologue. You want to know how I got this gonorrhea?
So I guess I would like to explain some things. All the brutal graphic details that she explained to everyone. So I'd like to give some very descriptive details of my own. Not to slander Jacqueline or anything, just to kind of, I guess, give you a deeper context.
But why? How can having a deeper understanding of the context provide any type of justification for the cheating? I doubt it was some type of heroic sacrifice where the girl had a bomb and a pussy that would destroy the city if you didn't defuse it by sticking your cock in there. It really just seems like he's doing this out of spite because Jacqueline went into such brutal detail to describe, so he kind of just trying to throw some shit at her about kind of bad. Yeah, you can leave her comments on this video. I don't know entirely what the comment says, I just saw a picture of it and we got a little snippet, but it was her kind of disproving some of the points he's about to make. And naturally, if you're making an apology to someone, the next logical step has been to remove that comment from the person you're apologizing to really let them know that you're sorry.
I do deeply regret it.
Honestly, some pretty shitty acting from him during this arc of the anime. It sounds like some House of the Dead 2 voice acting here.
It kind of was a classic case of social media showing the best parts of your relationship on social media, so everyone thinks everything's just peaches and roses all the time, and it's just not. It's a lie. We were but clearly.
I truly have no idea what point he was trying to make with this here. I'm showing the best parts. None of you had any idea that I was actually cheating on her behind your back. Just a classic case of one of those things, you know?
Because of our best friend.
I don't really see what there is to giggle about there. Oh, ha ha ha, you guys remember when I did this last time? Thanks to our best friend that blew that case wide open. Ha ha ha, classic best friend. Yeah, I betrayed a lot of people. Ha ha ha.
Jacqueline, and she was perfect. She I don't know, she cared so much about me and just everything I did, and I did care about her. And I don't know, everything just made sense.
I gotta be really sad. I don't see why he would talk about it unless he was really trying to stretch this video past 10 minutes for ad revenue, which would be an incredibly douchebaggy thing to do, but I wouldn't put it by modern YouTube creators. What he was saying is he vowed never to have another public relationship since he cheated on his last girlfriend, but then he met Jacqueline and obviously had a public relationship. And he also talked about another promise he made a while back where he said he would never ever cheat on anyone ever again, and he was wrong. just like my father, who said I would be 6'5" when I grew up. My dad is 6'5", my mother is 5'2". So luckily I split the fucking difference and I'm 5'6", so I'm really short for a 23-year-old man. And it really fucking sucks. Why can't I be 6 foot, Dad? Huh? Why can't I at least get close to your 6'5" towering Dad? But anyway, I love this guy in Social Repo. Hugh Perkins, he was an atheist. What a low bar of entry to being perfect in this man's eyes. In this moment, I am euphoric because girl atheism. Fucking, I don't know about these two, and I'm sure Jacqueline's a great girl for a lot more than just being atheist. I imagine there's gotta be a lot more to somebody to make them perfect than just being a fucking atheist. But for some reason, this man cares so little about her, he couldn't think of any more good qualities other than her atheism. That's just fucking sad, really.
And she kind of took me on with the thought that she could fix me, and that, you know, there's a lot of good parts that she saw in me, and I commend her for that. But at the same time, you know, everyone did warn her. And
what an ironclad defense, fucking bulletproof. Jacqueline, you knew what you were getting into. People warned you. You weren't expecting this from me. You knew this was gonna happen. You shouldn't have been surprised. You knew I was gonna put my small pee-pee into other lady buttholes. This shouldn't have come as a surprise. This is your fault. It's incredible. He kind of just blames her for this whole thing happening. You should have expected it. This was going to happen, and people told you.
I could never bring it up to her. All the way we dated for 11 months, and I could never talk to her about it just because I was so afraid, because she got so attached to me so quickly. She was just, it's almost like she just, after month 2 or 3, she was like ready to settle down with me and ready to get a house, and it just seemed so perfect. It's like, what are you doing? What are you...
From the comment Jacqueline left, the snippet I saw, this is the part that was the thing that happened. It was him that brought up the idea of moving in together and some shit. It doesn't really matter either way who's right or wrong on that subject, because this point is just moot. It serves absolutely no purpose in this video. It looks like this man's skin is about to fall off. There's like a reptilian skin here. His flaky dry skin, I think he's suffering from extreme psoriasis. This man needs some moisturizer ASAP. His face is starting to crack. Think you're a good role model. That's very nice. How about the apology to Jacqueline? At no point throughout this entire thing did you say, I am sorry for what I did to Jacqueline. I didn't hear that phrase. If you're going to fucking apologize, here, take some notes to any of you out there that may have fucked up and are thinking about doing a YouTube apology video. A, don't do that. And B, if you're really going to make this a real apology video, don't do these things. Actually apologize for it. Say you fucked up and you're going to work on fixing it. Tell how you're going to work on fixing it. And again, apologize for the fucking thing that happened. This man goes on a 10-minute rant about shit that doesn't matter. The next part of this he talks about is content on his channel. Why? What is the point? The video's supposed to be an apology to Jacqueline about what happened. I cut a lot out at this point, but basically he drew the conclusion that he should be in relationships. He's not good at them. He also speculates that maybe he has a sex problem and should get help, but then says he doesn't believe in getting help. So about 9 minutes of this 10-minute video are just empty, useless words. He could have bent over and just farted into the camera for 9 minutes and it would have had the same impact of the shit he talks about in here. Fucking useless.
And it's clearly I'm a careerist. I'm so deeply entrenched in social repose just as an entity that it comes first. It comes before all my love and relationships and even family to an extent. This is my life. I've chosen it. And I put my all into it.
Oh, poor hero. All the sacrifices you made to make mediocre YouTube content. Goddamn. My hat's off to you, Social Repos. If only we Cro-Magnon understood what it meant to be in your shoes. All of the women you've had to fuck behind your girlfriend's back. Damn, we would have so much more appreciation for the art you create here. You certainly are an expert careerist by cheating on a YouTube personality that's pretty fucking big. Taking all of this negativity to your channel, losing a lot of stuff. Man, you really got careerism figured out, Social Repos. Take notes out there, any up-and-comers. This man's got it down to a science.
The way for that she kind of broadcasted everything, I'm not her. She would have to talk about it that
go past that, that's a bit disrespectful. You really hurt his feelings with this. I hope you understand. And honestly, it makes such a convincing argument. I'm convinced he's the victim in all this. Jacqueline made it all public, and it really hurt his reputation.
Yeah, I guess I'm sorry. I'm sorry I let you guys down. I'm going to do better. I'm going to make more art and use it. And if you don't want to follow me anymore because I'm a shitty person, or because I'm disgusting, or because I just you can't stand me again because of what I did to Jacqueline, I can't make you stay. But I promise that I'm better with my videos and my content, and you know,
Once again, he's apologizing to the audience that found out, not to Jacqueline, but at least he's promising to do better with his content, so I'm looking forward to his Minecraft Let's Plays that he's going to steer towards. Yeah, just overall, I'm happy with the atrocious apology here. I cut a lot out, but he did praise me about the content on his channel and how he was unsatisfied with it, so at least he understood what the dignity here is. I'm starting to slip on. Seems like a big douchebag to me. So yeah, so I think the YouTube makeup or beauty community, I'm not sure on the proper nomenclature, is just fucking terrible right now. You can tell just from looking at me that I'm not big into the makeup or beauty world, but I do like to keep my cheeks spread so I can stay updated and filled in on information on YouTube drama, and the makeup and beauty side of all of that never has any shortage of that. Tati Westbrook released another 40-minute video today, which is supposed to be some kind of pseudo-apology and explanation for why she tried to ruin James Charles's life last year. And it's pretty fucking rough. It's like having a hemorrhoid. It's kind of painful. It's pretty boring. Really, the only purpose this video would serve is if you have insomnia and need help falling asleep. It is unnecessarily long. Like, this whole thing could have been summarized in 1 or 2 tweets if she wanted to. I don't really know why it's 40 minutes long. And it's her reading a legal statement that she's prepared, and it's pretty fucking painful. It's like she's reading the terms and conditions when signing up to Spotify. In fact, I wish it was just 40 minutes of Tati reading the terms and conditions when signing up to Spotify. It'd be more genuine and engaging. This has every cliche of a YouTuber apology, a lot of fake crying, and a lot of passing the blame and deflecting. She keeps talking about how terrible Shane and Jeffree were for this whole thing, and that it's really just kind of mainly their fault and she was just an innocent victim of their manipulation. But really the whole video just feels pretty manipulative from her here as well. I'll show you a couple excerpts from it just so you get an idea of what the entire 40 minutes is like.
Oh my God, I wasn't gonna cry. I've been trying to feel strong enough to do this video because I want to feel strong. I never said that James Charles was a danger to society. My video was not made with any malice.
But you did. That was the whole purpose of your video last year, was painting James Charles as a menace to society and some kind of evil supervillain. You saying you didn't post that video with malice is like me saying 5'6" isn't short for a man. It's just a lie. It's a lie I told myself when I convinced myself. I know I'm short, Tati. You don't need to rub it in. This whole video is just useless. It's been nearly a full year since you soaked up roughly 5 million subscribers off your video lying about James Charles. Why are you coming forward with this now? What the fuck is the point? Handle it privately. It is a matter that should have been handled privately. But for some reason, there's so many huge egos in this beauty and makeup community where they have to feel like everyone loves them and they present themselves as this perfect person with benevolent ruler. So she felt compelled to make this video to try and put herself in the best light. Like, hey, look at me taking responsibility for this thing that happened a long time ago. Look at how good of a person I am.
I did not publicly air any of the horrific accusations that were being made behind the scenes. While I was definitely upset that he had accepted a sponsorship from the biggest rival to my brand, Alo Beauty, I did not make my video because of vitamins. I made it as a result of all of the poisonous lies that were fed to me by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star.
Yeah, this is what I think the actual purpose of this video is, just to deflect blame off of herself and place it onto Shane and Jeffree. I didn't want to make that video about James Charles. I was manipulated into it by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. They were the puppet masters, and I was simply the marionette dancing for them. They fed me these poisonous lies, and I had no choice but to make this video about James Charles with my own free will and posted of my own free will. It's just silly. Taddy is nearly 40 years old, and she knows what she's doing. She knew what she was doing with the James Charles situation, and I really think the only reason she's made this video breaking her silence about all of it is because right now Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star are getting absolutely annihilated, just straight fucking blasted for a ton of terrible offers that they had in their past. And Taddy wanted to dogpile on it to score some subscribers, drama, and present herself as the
Activating
good person
thermal
in the
vision.
situation. How she was innocent in James Charles' case because she was getting set live by these two people who everyone hates right now. But that excuse doesn't really work because the thing you were initially mad about in your first video was the fact James Charles took a different vitamin sponsor than your company or whatever the fuck you sell. Vitamin C cream to rub on the ring of your asshole to improve hearing. I don't think it's business and instead looked elsewhere, so you felt personally attacked, and wasn't that like one of the main points you made? That has nothing to do with any lies Shane and Jeffree may have fed you. That was entirely your decision to make that like the focal point of the last video on why you were so mad at him. At least I think. It's so hard to even know what the fuck is wrong with watching the 40-minute video series, like having a meeting where you wake up and compare bits and pieces of it. By the time you finish one of these tag videos, you watch the video. Say or what is even actually going on. It just seems all so vague. And in this video, she doesn't take really any responsibility. She says I'm sorry multiple times, but none of it even feels real because it's sandwiched in between. But remember, Shane Dawson and her having these fake crying episodes from the apology and saying, I'm sorry, I promised my dad I wouldn't cry. You called your dad on the phone. Hey dad, you remember that time that I tried to ruin the life of a young man? Yeah, well, I'm probably going to apologize for that kind of thing. I'm going to do my best not to cry. I'm going to try and be strong, alright? For most people, Patty, saying I'm sorry isn't a feat of strength and bravery. It's common courtesy as a fucking human being to take responsibility for something. I've never understood the perspective of people passing on the back for saying I'm sorry or that they're wrong. I think that should just be human nature. When you are wrong about something, you say, look, this was wrong. Okay, good. That should be what's expected. You can say thank you. I'm glad you took responsibility. To make it feel like it's some kind of Herculean task to say you're sorry, it's just not bad. Patty starts this video like, hey, I know you guys haven't seen me in a little while. So great. And look, I'm really sorry you haven't seen as much of me as you want to see of me, and you deserve to see more of me. And then she gets in the video. It's just, I just don't get it. I don't understand why people in the makeup and beauty community follow people like this that clearly just don't even care about them and just view them as a number or a sale on their makeup. And even in this fucking apology video, I think she shouts out her own brands at least like 10 or 12 times. I honestly felt like I was just watching a long-winded infomercial or some kind of meta commercial to sell her products or something. It just doesn't sit right with me. If you're gonna apologize for something and you need to mention a brand, just say my company. Why do you have to shout out the fucking brand and what you do and what your mission is? I'm not trying to read the about section on your goddamn vitamin website. Just say, look, this is the company, this is what happened, and I'm sorry. But instead she goes into this like almost sales pitch like I'm on Shark Tank about to invest in it or something. It's just, I don't know, I don't get that. I don't understand. And I don't know why I have to do 40 minutes every time. I guess we can make as much revenue out of it as possible. Couldn't tell you. I have no idea. But I fucking sat through this fucking thing and it felt like a goddamn crime. I honestly feel like wasting someone's time like this should be illegal. 40 minutes worth of nothing. Nothing taking responsibility almost in certain areas. I don't know. The makeup community and the beauty community has some real bad actors in it. And yeah, that's about it.
Activating thermal vision. Thermite out.
Crying, just trying to be irreversible. It's always
Creating a smoke screen. Clear. Using defense. Mind
Travis Scott, the famous most look at it. Now, I'm sure you already know, but Travis Scott was addressing the tragedy that happened at his concert Astroworld the night before, where 8 people died and 300 others were injured. This was due to a lot of factors, and the main one being crowd crush. Crowd crush is when a huge crowd of people occupies a small space and everyone gets too close together and inadvertently starts pushing on each other, which suffocates the guy from asphyxiation. Since then, there's been a few people who used to say Travis Scott is a who bears no responsibility and called me a cuck. And I swear to God, if I have to read one of those brainlet takes one more time, I'm gonna go sicko mode. I will say again, while Travis Scott wasn't responsible for the conditions that caused the horrible crowd management and the crowd crushing, he had ample opportunity to pause the concert or stop the show altogether. People were saying Travis Scott didn't know what was going on, so had no reason to stop the concert. So I guess they just think Travis Scott is the dumbest guy on the planet who performs with his eyes closed. I don't know. Because if you just look at the pictures taken from the stage or some of the video from the stage, you can literally just see people going across the crowd. Because there's ambulances that are all dropping over unconscious, literally dropping like flies. You were statistically more likely to die at the Travis Scott concert than you were shark attack, lightning strike, fucking driving in a destruction derby. Like, it was a lot of people ambulance pretty much all times in the crowd. And the crowd was dancing on top of the ambulance, all of which was visible from the stage. And also the crowd was begging the organizers as well as screaming at Travis to stop the concert. Look, still, let's assume all of that. Travis didn't see the ambulance. He didn't see or hear anyone begging him to stop the concert. There is a clip that I mentioned in my video where Travis Scott literally tells security to get out of the unconscious Travis Scott. He noticed that one of the guys was fallen unconscious or something. He asked security to get him out. Security is transferring the guy's body out of the venue. Travis Scott is watching and singing at the body, literally giving it a walk-off song. Travis Scott knew people were falling unconscious, as evident from that one clip alone, and he still chose not to pause, take a break, or stop the concert. He bears a lot of responsibility. Travis Scott has stopped concerts before for much less. There's very popular
Taking damage! Placing a turret! Setting a glitch trap!
Got his shoes taken, and he stopped the concert on the ground, spit on the guy that took his shoes, and tell the crowd to beat his ass. So Travis Scott has stopped concerts for his shoes, but he doesn't stop it for the loss of life. So he values shoes more than his life. Travis Scott bears responsibility, accepted, stop defending him, stop puffing that copium. Now with that being said,
Green
let's
cloud
check
out.
out his
Thermal
apology
vision
video.
active.
I just want to send out prayers
Much obliged.
to the ones that was
Moving.
lost.
Demon Fury, fire me. Take that.
Man, you can tell this clip is serious because he put the black and white filter on it. Fuck. You can tell it's really good. This whole apology video looks like he was just woken up out of a deep slumber and forced to make this
Back
direction.
here. Smoke grenade out.
Hey, guys, sorry. And he's like washing his face really hard, hoping to get 1 or 2 tears to come out, but they didn't fall. He can't get the tears flowing. It seems more like he's annoyed than sad. Like, this is how I react when my dog takes a shit on the carpet. It's like, oh, fuck, it's on the carpet. Which means I'm gonna need to use, like, nature's miracle or something to get it off. It's gonna be a big mess. Oh, Jesus.
Anytime I look out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need.